What's up, you guys? I got some early morning breaking news for you. I couldn't sleep after I saw this video of Gabriela Fernandez accidentally leaking the Tough 31 cast because she was filming inside the UFC Performance Center. Now, she's making her UFC debut this Saturday, but that's besides the point. She leaked the cast. This is absolutely wild. Now, I don't think anybody has actually put two and two together, so I'm about to do it here for you. So as some of you may already know, especially those of you who are subscribed to the Scrap Sheet, our Patreon account, I've been sitting on this list of 21 fighters that were in Vegas. Now, I've been very careful with how I've been reporting this because I didn't want to confirm anything until I saw for myself. Now that I've seen for myself, let's see if we can put the cast together. Now, before we dig deep, if you're not subscribing to the channel, what are you even waiting for? No, really, please hit that subscribe button, make sure you give us a like, and interact with us in the comments below. Alright, no more wasting time. Let's go over everything we know already about the upcoming season. So we know that it's going to be Team McGregor versus Team Chandler. We know the season is going to be broadcasted on ESPN and ESPN+. The first episode is going to air on May 30th after 6 weeks of filming, and then of course a couple weeks of editing and putting the actual episodes together. The weight classes are going to be lightweight and bantamweight, 135ers again. And the theme that production is going with is something of UFC veterans versus new blood. So people who have already been in the UFC have been cut, are getting a second or third chance. And of course, people vying for their first opportunity. We also recently found out that Team Chandler is going to be rocking the red and Team McGregor is going to be rocking the blue. Now again, I'm only going to confirm the people that I saw in the video that are easy to differentiate, and then based off of the list that I received, we'll see if we can try and put a name to a face based off of their Tapology profile. Now, before I actually start giving you the names on my list, let's debunk something real quick. Now, some of you may recall the headlines that went absolutely viral when people found out that Conor McGregor was pulling strings and essentially removing people from the cast to make room for some of his own teammates. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what's true and what's not. I can only report what I know, but all this hate towards Conor McGregor is just a little bit ridiculous. Now, this happens all the time, whether it's on The Ultimate Fighter or in the UFC, or even in organizations like Bellator and PFL. If you got a champion, if you got somebody who's super popular, like Conor McGregor, the fact that he's actually advocating for his boys, that's admirable. Not many people do that. Izzy's done that so many times. McGregor even did it on the last season that he coached. So that's nothing new. Now, I can confirm it was one fighter. McGregor also said it was one fighter. He also mentioned that teammate of his is going to be fighting the number one seed in the house. Now, I'm not too sure of the name who McGregor brought in, but we can certainly speculate at some point in this video. But nonetheless, people ran with that headline and just wanted to paint McGregor as the bad guy. Now, I'm not going to defend him because it is a bit bullshit, especially when you find out the day before. However, when you find out the amount of people they flew out to Vegas, it's inevitable. There was always going to be multiple people going home. And they do this strategically, especially during the COVID era. Back in the Ultimate Fighter 29, they flew multiple people out. And a few of those people were not medically cleared. So good thing that they did fly out 4 or 5 extra people. So yes, 3 people were removed from the show apparently, but more than that were flown out and did not make the final cut. Whether there was a medical reason behind it, or if their story just wasn't interesting enough. You guys have to remember, at the end of the day, this is a reality TV show. But anyways, let's get into the list. First, I'm going to share with you 12 bantamweights that were considered for the Ultimate Fighter 31. 12 bantamweights that were flown out and spotted in Vegas. First, I have Anthony Bierchak, Cody Gibson, Mondo Gutierrez, Chris Moutinho, Hunter Azure, Brad Katona, Timur Valiev, Carlos Vera, Trevor Wells, Manny Lazoya, Rico Desculio, and Bekov Uzmanov. Now, if you ask me, that's a solid list. But again, there was 12, so there was always going to be cuts. When the cast was originally leaked, a lot of these names were missing, and a lot of these people later confirmed that they were not selected for the cast. And I did see some of these people in the video. Now we already know Chris Moutinho is not casted. He was there though, and we found out that Manny Lozoya was going to be one of the alternates. Now on to the lightweights. So with the lightweights, I only received a list of 9 of them that were there. There could have been more, but it seemed like these 9 were pretty much solidified until apparently McGregor decided to bring in one of his friends. Now these 9 lightweights are Kenny the Boss Cross, Jason Knight, Kurt Hollowbaugh, Mitch Ramirez, Dakota Harry Bush, Austin Hubbard, Lucas Clay, Aaron McKenzie, and Roosevelt the Predator Roberts. Now it's also worth noting that I was also aware of Brandon Jenkins, Nate Jennerman, and Christian Perez that were in Vegas. I was just never able to fully confirm whether or not they were there for the Ultimate Fighter. But as we know, Brandon Jenkins was one of the people removed, on top of Mitch Ramirez and Kenny Cross. Now again, whether or not they were removed or just sent home because there were more people flown out than there were spots in the house. So now that I shared all of the names that I was given that were originally slated, or at least considered for the cast, let's take a look at this video that Gabriella posted and see if we can kind of see who is actually there and confirmed and which team they're on. Alright, so here in this first bit of the video, it's pretty clear that you can see Kurt Hollowbaugh. Reason I know is because he has a bit of white patch in the front of his hairline. And then of course, I mean, super recognizable, that's Roosevelt Roberts. I'm pretty excited to see him on the season, I'm not gonna lie. He's a finisher, so. I'm unable to really tell who the person with the bag is here. Tried zooming in a bit. Just doesn't strike me as familiar, unfortunately. So I'm gonna keep the video rolling. Now this guy right here, this is a clear Jason Knight sighting in orange. Michael Chandler in an orange jersey. So it looks like he is Team Chandler. Now these 3 guys right here, the bald guy, that's Nate Jennerman. Then you got Rico DeSculio from Mass, hometown boy, let's go. And that looks like Carlos Pequeño Vera. Looks like these guys are on Team McGregor. Let's keep it rolling. Now these 4 on Team McGregor. This guy here up front, I'm not quite sure. I'm not able to tell who that is. But I do know that the guy with the tattoo on his arm, that's Trevor Wells, followed by Mondo Gutierrez with the shades there, and then right behind him with the hat, that's actually Aaron McKenzie. That's dope. So all of these dudes are on Team McGregor. And now this dude here behind this Jack dude with the orange jersey, this is Austin Hubbard. Team Elevation's Austin Hubbard looks to be on Team Chandler this year. Now this is one of the guys that I was waiting to see if he was confirmed for the season. When I heard his name, I was surprised. It is dope to see former TUF winner Brad Katona back on the Ultimate Fighter this season. Looks like he's going to be on Team Chandler this year, so that's a surprise. He's not going to be with his, regular folks over at SBG on Team McGregor. Now, I wasn't able to tell at first glance who this guy with the backward hat is, but I think this is Hunter Azure, guys. Yeah, I have a feeling that is Hunter Azure. He is back, vying for a spot in the UFC on Team Chandler. Now, I'm not too sure who this guy is with the hoodie, but I'm pretty sure that is Manny Lozoya. And he was slated as an alternate, so if that is him, I wonder if somebody got injured or maybe he made the actual cut. I'm not 100% sure there. And at first, I couldn't tell who this was here at the very end. This lanky, skinny dude. But I'm pretty sure that's Cody Gibson. I'm pretty excited for him to be on this season. I definitely know he's there. So there you got it, folks. Here's the full list that we were able to at least depict for you guys. So on Team Chandler, you got Kurt Hollowbaugh, Roosevelt Roberts, Jason Knight, Austin Hubbard, Brad Katona, Hunter Azure, and Cody Gibson. And on Team McGregor, you definitely have Nate Jennerman, Rico DeSulio, Carlos Vera, Trevor Wells, Mondo Gutierrez, and Aaron McKenzie. Now, of course, there were a couple names that we were unable to answer, but we answered a lot of them. So now that you know the list, what do you guys think? Are you pumped for the Ultimate Fighter Season 31? Man, I can't wait for May. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to subscribe to the scrap sheet, the link's going to be in the description below. Make sure you stay tuned with us all season long for the latest on the new season of The Ultimate Fighter, Team Chandler versus Team McGregor. Until next time, guys. Deuces!